New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring. Today's 11/11. Yay, life is good and grand and glorious and great, and I am so happy to be here with you this evening and to have you here with us this evening. So this is midweek Pick Me Up. If this is your first time with us here on this program, we're part of the New Thought Media Network, and that means we're all about peace and positivity and sharing the good vibes and the good music and all of that. So what we do is a couple of prayers, a couple of songs, and a short talk sandwiched in between all that. Yep, that's what happens. So why don't we get started with a bit of prayer here? If you're comfortable and you feel like you're in that safe space, go ahead and take a deep breath in and just come into that place where we come to know the one. Come to recognize God as source, as supply, as the never-ending wellspring of all life. The oneness, the cause, the source, the supply, the everything and the nothing. I recognize God as the Alpha and the Omega, as the source of love and light and beauty, truth and health and wealth and well-being and abundance, prosperity. It's all God. I recognize God as that one self-existent cause that is forever taking on form and abandoning that form in order to take on new form. I recognize the oneness of God moving and breathing as all of life. And that means that's happening as my life, as the lives of each and every one here right now on this broadcast, those listening at another time, those that never hear these words. All part of this one human family, this oneness that we call life on planet Earth. So I am in the midst of what's happening here. I am grateful to be present to what's being revealed here, because what I know is there's a grand vision for human life on planet Earth that is revealing itself right here, right now, through this shared experience, through this upliftment of consciousness, through this expansion of our awareness. We are serving the evolution of human consciousness. That is good and that is grand. So I am grateful for whatever unfolds, for whatever reveals itself, and I let it be. I let go and I let God be God. And so it is. Awesome. Welcome, dear ones. Always so good to see you here. And I love it. Just like church, close your eyes to pray. When you open them, there's more people here. Pretty cool stuff, huh? All right, so here's what's going on tonight. I have got, I want to share a song with you, and the song is part of what inspired today's talk. And really, today's talk was there all along. It just needed a little kick in the pants, and it got that from Kelly Corsino. So this is her song, Within. Enjoy.
Is all I can see.
And we're going to start that again. Ready?
Is all I can see, but it's all that I need with 10,000 miles to go. 'Cause I know the light is burning inside of me. And so I believe with one little seed, bigger, better, beautiful grows. Because I see the faithful, they have all they'll ever need. Within, 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 there's another. Within, 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 there's another. Within, 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 there's love. Within. Oh, 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 no, no, no. Oh, there's a magnet that's pulling my life. When it's 50 below, and all I can see is hunger and need, and my eyes won't cry in the cold. I remember the fire burning inside me. Within, 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 there's another. Within, 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 there's another. Within, 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 there's love. Within. Oh, yeah, yeah. Within, within, there's another. Within, 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 there's a father. Within, 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 there's a love. Deep within, no, it's from within. It's from within.
And that is the amazing Kelly Corsino and her song Within. I had a chance to talk with her on a interview program that we do, Real Conversations, and we talked about that song. It's pretty cool stuff. And really, I love those opening lines, and she shares them so well. Right, 20 feet down the road is all I can see, but that's all I need with 10,000 miles to go. And that's what we need, I believe, right now, today, this week, this Wednesday evening, to remember that no matter how far we've got to go, no matter how far it seems like we've got to go, well, there is that within us that'll get us there. And whether we're talking about the pandemic, or whether we're talking about politics, or whether we're talking about you creating the dreams of your life, the dreams of your desires, whatever it might be, no matter how far it seems you have to go, well, 20 feet's all we got to see. We just got to see that next move. We just got to move down that road. And that's a big part of it, is taking that step. So what I want to talk about tonight, and what I want to remind you, all of us, and myself as well, is that what is necessary is always within us. There is always that is showing up in our lives to bring us closer to the truth we desire, to that experience we desire. So, no matter how hard or arduous a journey might look, just keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up. Don't turn back. Keep moving, one foot in front of the other, because the reality of your dreams is out there waiting for you. But we have to stay anchored in the truth. And as I was as I'm listening to myself thinking all this, and I'm starting to put this talk together, well, one of my absolute favorite Ernest Holmes quotes jumps into my head. You guys have heard me use this before, right? Stay with the one and never deviate from it. Never leave it for a moment. Now, capital I, indicates God, the divine. So stay with the one oneness and never deviate from it, from the one, from God. Never leave that oneness, that sense of knowing, that absolute faith, that absolute trust. Never leave that for a moment. Nothing else can equal this attitude. To desert the truth in the hour of need is to prove that we do not know the truth. When things look the worst, that is the supreme time to demonstrate to ourselves that there is no obstruction to truth. Doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, doesn't matter what anybody else sees, doesn't matter what anybody else's judgment of you or what's going on in the world might be. We are proving to ourselves that there is no obstruction to truth, capital T truth. When things look the worst is the best time to work, the most satisfying time. And here's what I love the most. This is the goody goody good gumdrops of it all. The person who can throw themselves with a complete abandon. No holding back, folks. No playing small. The person who can throw themselves with a complete abandon into the limitless sea of receptivity. The limitless sea of receptivity. Think of that. Anything we want, anything we put into the divine comes back into our lives as form. Throw ourselves with complete abandon into that limitless sea of receptivity, having cut loose from all apparent moorings, is the one who will always receive the greatest rewards. Well, so that leads me to the question, what are the greatest rewards? Well, that's different for all of us, right? We all have a different perspective of what the great reward might be. For some, it's money. For others, it's houses, it's family, it's boats, it's not, it's simplicity, it's savings, it's not. Whatever that reward is for you, well, that's what you're assured. That is what is guaranteed. I trust you see how this works. We live in absolute faith and trust that we can have everything necessary to fulfill our mission on this planet. And as we cut loose from all apparent moorings, as we launch ourselves into that sea of receptivity, then the reward we believe we deserve, the reward that we believe is the best we can do, is guaranteed. Well, that takes me to a whole nother place. Because if what is guaranteed is what I believe, then all I got to do is get a bigger belief system. All I got to do is get a greater bank account. I got to envision it. I got to know it. I got to be in that place of saying, this too I can do. Here too I can show up. It's really all about getting clarity. And you've heard me say that before too. Life, the experience of life is so rich and so amazing and so confusing sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. It's when it's confusing that we do our work. It's when it's confusing that we do our prayers, that we launch back into, we cast ourselves back into that sea of receptivity. Remember, that sea is taking whatever we believe and it's returning it unto us. So prayer, spiritual mind treatment, the practices that we're founded upon around here, and you have opportunities to avail yourself of that countless times in a day. Here on New Thought Media Network, we bring you prayer opportunities twice a day, 8:15 a.m., 8:15 p.m. Mountain Time, every day. Been doing it since March. Every day, morning and evening. An opportunity to set aside the hustle and the bustle of the day, or to set aside the monkey mind before we even get started, to prep ourselves for the day. No matter, to set aside all of that and come into an affirmation of truth and come into a recognition of the good that is ours to here to have. That's part of getting clear. Another part of getting clear is listening deeply. and listening with both ears, listening with the ear behind the ear, listening with God's ears, listening to what's being shared from the divine towards us. Look what people are sharing in the world towards us, what we're willing to take into our consciousness, what we're willing to bring into our awareness. Listening for the deep calling of the soul to express itself, to live itself, to be itself. Now, if you hang out around here very long, you're going to find out and you're going to recognize that I am just love the visioning experience. And if you haven't heard me kind of share this before, um, wonderful. If you have, hey, maybe you'll hear a little something new. Envisioning, I find that is my preferred way to talk to God, to communicate with the divine, to be in a dialogue, if you will, with the absolute, with the all of all. And I do that, and it really is a simple process. I ask a question and I listen for an answer. I ask a question, I listen for an answer. The thing is, I ask the same questions every time, the same series of questions every time. And every time a little something different comes through. Every time a different piece of the puzzle reveals itself. Every time I gain a little more clarity. Many of you have probably heard the story of how you clean a bucket of dirty water. You add a drop of clean water, and you add another drop, 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 and eventually the clean drops overtake the dirty drops, and you've got clean water. Our bodies, our minds are the same thing. We have to constantly be fueling ourselves with positive thoughts, with positive affirmations, with positive prayers, and constantly be in that running dialogue with the divine. And I get it. I know that sometimes I think I know. I know that I don't know, but I think that I know more than God. But I know that I don't know more, but I think I do. And I think that I know better sometimes. I know what'll work. It's what it worked in the past. Hey, I've done this before and it's always worked for me before. Or hey, it works for that guy. That girl over there makes this work. I can make this. What rather than going to the listening and listening deeply for the divine. So what happens in visioning is we capture all this data, we ask these questions again and again and again and again and again, and stuff that keeps showing up, and other stuff will show up one or two times and then never show up again. Great ideas that never show up again. I don't act upon really anything in my visioning unless it's shown up a handful of times, because I'm looking for the things that don't go away. I'm looking for the things that are constantly tapping on my psyche, tapping on my consciousness to say, hey, do this, go there, be this. And along the way, I'll tell you, when you trust this stuff works for you. No question about it. And along the way, I've allowed the vision to reveal this network, this incredible network of people and ideas and positive music, media, and entertainment. And it's coming at me faster than I can stay on track of it all. If I haven't answered your email, that's probably why. Things come at me so fast anymore because the great idea is rolling. And this idea about how we create a new form of community and maintain the spiritual aspects of it, maintain the sense of connection. I know it's tough online. I know it's tough online. And we're bringing forward some new ideas on how we can interact even more. We recognize that our Facebook broadcasts are very one direction. YouTube, very one direction. We're working on our website to be very omnidirectional. We're working on a website that's going to allow you to communicate and connect with other members of the community very easily and with only a few clicks. We're working on ways to have that omnidirectional experience of being together in virtual community. And the truth of it is, none of it works without you. None of it works without all of us. Every single one of us is absolutely vital to the revelation of this great vision. Absolutely, every one of us is absolutely vital to showing up. It's absolutely imperative that every one of us shows up. Not just, right? Not just sometimes. That everyone is showing up all the time. Every day. Here, there, and everywhere. So that we have the support, the connection to make things work together. So my call to you this day, dear ones, I invite you to dive deeply into your spiritual practices. Dive deeply into that, into whatever it is that supports you in hearing the voice of the divine, in recognizing that there is within you everything necessary for the complete and total fulfillment of your mission on this planet. Everything you were here to accomplish, everything necessary for that comes to your life exactly as necessary. And along the way, we get to affirm that we each are the place where God shows up. Let's let Eddie Watkins Jr. remind us of this. This happened, wow, just over 8 years ago now. I was at this performance live. Check this out, Eddie Watkins Jr. at Mile High.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God lives. You are the place. Moves and breathes and has we its are the place. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. I am the place where God you are the place. We are the place. I am the place where God shows up. Just clap your hands and sing it with me. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Eddie Watkins, can I have some more of that? Can we have some more of that? A little more? A little more.
I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
So I invite you to join me in prayer. Join me in a deep, deep recognition that there is really only one thing going on here. I call that thing God. And I'm open to whatever name, whatever icon, whatever image, whatever tradition supports you, and recognizing that oneness, call it God or Buddha or Brahma or Yahweh or Vishnu, Kuan Yin, Source Energy, Divine One. It matters not the name. What matters is the recognition that that oneness is moving and breathing and having its being as all life, all of life. No one left out, no one missing, no one absent, no one excluded, no life left behind, all life absolutely vital to the evolution of human consciousness. So each one that can hear these words, each one now in another time, in another dimension that hears these words, each one I know serving the evolution of human consciousness, taking what is within and being the place where God shows up, being the place where the divine expresses itself, being the place that brings more love, being the one that brings more peace, being the one that brings the all to this grand and glorious experience, this grand and glorious thing we call human life. See, what I know is I know there is a goodness revealing itself through and as each and every one here, each and every one that hears these words at any point in time in history, across time, across space, each one bringing forth that uniqueness, that glorious godness that is within. And so, as we move into the rest of this evening, as we move into the rest of this week, I invite each one here to bring this sense of within out into the world. Bring what is within out into the world. Take what that truth that within you and let that shine so others may be inspired. Take what is within and let that guide the action, the course of your day, the course of your week, the way you show up and serve, the way you show up as community, as love. For you are the light, you are the place where God shows up, you are the love, you are the peace, and it could be no other way. It could be no other way. So I am grateful for this revelation, for this time together, for this experience. Most especially grateful to know God's got this. So I get out of the way. I release this word into the law that must demonstrate, and I let it be. I let go. And so it is. And so it is. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being with us, dear ones. I so appreciate you being here. And hey, as I said in my talk this evening, we wouldn't and couldn't do this without you, without all of our listeners, all of our viewers. We've got so much going on here around the New Thought Media Network, and we're going to celebrate all of it on Friday, November 20th. That's just a little over a week away. We've got a great, great lineup of musicians and artists that are going to help us celebrate, all of our different show hosts, and artists like Floyd Lula, Jamie Lula, Gary Lynn Floyd, Lisa Ferraro is going to be with us, Laura Topper is going to be here singing, Patricia Bahia, recent winner of a Peace Song Award, Jenna Stanfield's going to be with us this year. All kinds of great things happening, and we'd love for you to come and be a part of that. And you can check all of it out and learn more about all of this on our donate page. There's a link in the description of this video, and it'll share with you our thank you gifts as well. We've got some really cool thank you gifts this year. New Thought Media Network coffee mug and all kinds of fun stuff. So please jump on over there, drop a donation on our fund in our fundraiser for the fall fundraiser, and we'll get you a thank you gift. Doing face masks and sweatshirts and all kinds of fun stuff. So check that out. Please take a look at that and invite your friends over. Our new website's open for business, ntmedia.org. Please go ahead and click around and see what you can see over there. We've got our show schedules for our video broadcasts. We've got schedules for the radio station. And I'll tell you, the radio station is growing by leaps and bounds. You can listen to the radio station right there off the new player on the website. Upper right hand corner is a little play button. Hit that, and you'll be listening to New Thought Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, positive tunes for an inspired life. Join us. Check it out. All right, I'm out of here for now. We'll be back later, 8:15 p.m. with evening prayers. Please join us for that. I believe, yeah, hey, I'm on duty, so I'll be back. I'll be doing this again at 8:15 p.m. for evening prayers. We'll be with you again. Until then, dear ones, thanks for being with us. We look forward to seeing you again soon here on the New Thought Media Network. Have a great rest of your week. Peace and blessings. Bye now.